The All Star teams, they get it wrong every single year. But you know who never gets it wrong? This guy. So, we're going to take a look at my All Star team for 2024 in Indianapolis, Indiana. They've already got one of them wrong. Damian Lillard, you're not a starter. But for the rest of the team, I can do it better. So first and foremost, let's take a look at my All-Star starters for the East. So, in my two guard positions, I had Tyrese Halliburton, everyone else did, and I had Jalen Brunson. Because Damian Lillard hasn't been the best player in his team. You can't have two starters for a team with a negative defense. A team that's, I know they're the second seed, but New York has been propelled by Jalen Brunson solely. The inconsistencies of Julius Randle has harmed them, although he is probably an honourable mention for All-Stars. But Jalen Brunson has just pushed them to the moon, and he's been so good. In the big games, he's even better. You know, he's like a Jamal Murray, where in the biggest games, on the biggest stages, he always performs better. And in my three forward positions, I have Giannis Antetokounmpo, obviously, Joel Embiid, obviously, and Jason Tatum, obviously. Those pick themselves. I think Joel Embiid is the MVP so far. He's put up ridiculous performances. I didn't even talk about his 70-piece. I didn't even talk about Luka's 73-piece. These are crazy games that just happened, but I've been really busy with the new podcast. Check it out. Up in that corner, I think. That corner. Hit up. So those are my starters for the East. But in the West, I have exactly the same as was announced. Really, I can't lie to you. Nikola Jokic, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant as my three forwards. And then I have Luka Doncic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as my two guards. I think LeBron James could have not been in the forwards, really. Like in these starters, because I think Kawhi Leonard has been ridiculous, and I think he slightly deserved it. I think when I made my All-Star starters team, I had Kawhi Leonard. No, I think I had LeBron. I don't know, but I was debating between Kawhi Leonard and LeBron. But in terms of team record, being the best player on an amazing team, Kawhi Leonard probably could have been a starter, but it's LeBron James. He's been performing ridiculously. I think he got a triple-double yesterday. I actually can't remember. I didn't watch the game. Great game, though. I watched the end of the game. I watched from the first OT till the end. I didn't watch the rest of the game. But really good game, Lakers, Warriors. But those are my starters. Sorry, Steph Curry, you don't make it. You've had some shocking games this year. I can't lie to you, some shocking games. Now, in my reserves for the East, I have Tyrese Maxey. Probably the favourite for most improved player this year. Has been really good. Even when Joel Embiid doesn't play, he's been really good. I have Donovan Mitchell, who I saw live in Paris. Check that video out, up there again. Really good player, especially Darius Garland has been out. Evan Mobley's been out. He's been carrying the team. I have Jaylen Brown, Paolo Banchero, and Bam Adebayo as my three forwards. Paolo Banchero has been really good on a good Magic team. Jaylen Brown has been decent on a good Celtics team, probably the best team in the league right now, the Boston Celtics. And then Bam Adebayo has been great on the Miami Heat, because you know Jimmy Butler doesn't really take the regular season seriously as such. He has some good games here and there. Bam Adebayo has been the best player on the Miami Heat. Sorry, it's just factual. And then in the West, in my reserves, I have Anthony Edwards. Love you, Ant. I have Devin Booker. I know. Like in the five on the reserves, Stephen Curry is not there. But I have Devin Booker. I have Paul George as a forward. I have Kawhi Leonard as a forward. And I have Alperen Sengun as a forward. I think Victor Wembanyama's unlucky. I think Chet Holmgren was unlucky. I think Chet Holmgren hasn't had the point production to be there. But I think he's still unlucky in that sense. And I think the most unlucky player is probably Lauri Markkanen, not to make it in that. There's obviously two extra players, but none of these players are there. But Lauri Markkanen has been really good for the Utah Jazz this season. And the Jazz have been a lot better than people expect, like last season as well. The final two players I have in the East are Trae Young and Scottie Barnes. I love Trae Young. Trae Young's a really good player. His output has been ridiculous. Obviously, he had concussion protocol, so he's just coming back into things. But Trae Young, what a player. He is the offense of the Atlanta Hawks. Not even like he contributes. He is the entire offense for the Atlanta Hawks. And Scottie Barnes has been so good. He's another player that could be most improved. But I mean, he was Rookie of the Year, so I don't know if we really want to give him most improved player in that. It's questionable, but who knows. I'm going to make another video about my awards race so far halfway through the season. But I have Trae Young and Scotty Barnes right now as the last two players in my Eastern All-Star team. The last two players I have in the West are De'Aaron Fox and Steph Curry. Yeah, don't worry, I didn't forget about Steph. I didn't forget about Fox. Fox has been so good. The Kings have dropped a bit in terms of their defense, and it's weird because Mike Fox is a defensive-minded coach. It's like he switched when he got to the Kings. He's suddenly become one of the best offensive coaches ever. But defensively, the Kings haven't been great. But to be fair, their personnel isn't amazing. I mean, De'Aaron Fox is a plus defender, but Domantas Sabonis isn't a good defender. Jamal McGee isn't a great defender. Rim protection, I guess, but Domantas Sabonis has zero rim protection, really. And, Kevin Huerter's not a good defender. Malik Monk's an okay defender. So the personnel they have isn't suited to being great defensively. But, I will say but, the Kings have still been really good. Domantas Sabonis is really unlucky not to make my team. I think he could get in ahead of Sengun. I think he could just pip Sengun because of how good he has been for the Kings. But I put in De'Aaron Fox instead because of point production. He could be there. It's Sabonis or Fox, but I'm going to put Fox in because I like the way Fox plays. Swiper, no swiping. But those are my two All-Star teams for the East and the West. Pretty short video. Usually I'd go into depth on each one. But I mean, I think I'm going to be pretty right and accurate in terms of my team. Maybe Sengun won't make it and Sabonis will. But other than that, I think my teams are pretty accurate as to how they will be when they get announced. It might even be announced today. Who knows? But anyways, like, comment, subscribe. I will see you, man, in a bit. Boom.